I'm here to set you free.
There are no paths between lions and men.
You may just be my new best friend.
Very old friend.
I wouldn't say friends.
What is going on, Thrones fans? Justin Thomas here, and before we get started, I want to give a quick shout out and a thank you to Diego over at Winter Design, a great graphic artist that's been doing some work for me for our upcoming segment, Bite Size History. If you guys are looking for some artwork for your channel or your website or whatever it may be, I highly recommend that you use Winter Design. He got my concepts right away without having to over-explain myself. He got me great work in under a week. You'll see some of his great work in this video as well, and his information will be in the links below. Alright, getting down to business though, I think it's fair to say we have all come to the conclusion that Littlefinger will meet his end this season, with all the plot leaks early on in the recent Entertainment Weekly feature that showcased Arya sporting the infamous Valyrian steel dagger that in its own way started this whole chain of events from the War of the Five Kings to present day. Arya wielding the Valyrian steel dagger in the Entertainment Weekly editorial does imply these leaks and predictions are most likely true and Arya will assassinate Littlefinger. And let's face it, she has plenty of reasons to do so, from the events of the throne room in season 1 to the arrangement of possibly the worst marriage in Westeros history. Well, one of the worst marriages, probably red weddings up there too. And let's be honest, does Arya really need much of a reason to kill at this point? So let's move past the actual act that seems to be obvious at this point and look at the consequences of this act. I might be stepping out on a limb here, but in the latest promo release showcasing the costume designers behind the show, we get a quick glimpse of Needle and a production assistant's hands behind Sansa. And many have taken this as even more proof that Arya is not only going to be at Winterfell, but kill Littlefinger. Which yes, I think that's going to happen, but I think the scene shows us something else. I think Needle is in the possession of Sansa at this time. I'll tell you why I think this, and I'll tell you what this means. I'm going to go ahead and predict that Sansa isn't going to be particularly happy about the assassination. And yes, I meant to say assassination, since I don't believe Sansa will order this. I believe Arya will act alone, and Sansa will not be happy with her sister, who, let's face it, has never had that close relationship that the actual actors share in real life. In fact, they've had quite the opposite. I think that Sansa is unfortunately going to be just as susceptible to Littlefinger's tricks as she has been in the past. And we do know Sansa and Jon are going to have disagreements about how to rule over the North. This is why I believe Sansa has Needle at this time. I believe that Arya is already dead or in prison at the time this scene is taking place, and I know we all see Littlefinger outside the crypts, but it isn't the same shot, and we know he'll be down there with Jon at some point. So even if we look past the issue that unfortunately the show has also looked past, which is why are the Lords of the Vale swearing allegiance to Jon, who is the king of the North, and wouldn't Robb and Aaron have something to say about this blatant treason? I know there's definitely irregular seasons in Westeros, but I wasn't aware that geography changed so frequently as well, because the Vale is definitely not in the North. So let's look at the one thing the show has been consistent with, and that is Robb and Aaron. And sweet Robin isn't going to be too cool with somebody killing Littlefinger, and I'm assuming this would cause some issue for the courts of Winterfell, since the lords, who again would already be in hot water, are definitely going to be in hot water if they let the murder of sweet Robin's favorite uncle, who gives badass falcon gifts to him, go unanswered. So I believe in order to maintain power, and out of the simple fact that unfortunately Sansa won't be pleased with the killing of her only ally with power, Sansa will have Arya executed, which will put one more character that might be overlooked in this situation in a very tough spot. That character, of course, being Brienne of Tarth, who swore herself to Lady Sansa, but let's not forget, she also swore herself to Lady Stark to protect her daughters, not daughter. It was definitely plural. So will Brienne be forced to stand aside when she honors one oath and breaks another, or will she actually be the one that has to carry out the sentence, since her position would warrant such tasks, even more so the words that he gave to Lady Stark in Season 2. So many vows. They make you swear and swear. Defend the king, obey your father, protect the innocent, defend the weak. But what if your father despises the king? What if the king massacres the innocent? It's too much. No matter what you do, you're forsaking one vow or another. So I want to know what you guys think. Is there some of you out there still holding out hope for Littlefinger? Or maybe some of you that think Arya is going to kill Littlefinger, but Sansa would never execute Arya? Even more so, what would Brienne do in a situation like this, even if it's just hypothetical for you? Leave it in the comments below. Alright, but I will say one thing with absolute certainty. Either Arya or Sansa will die this season. Both will not make it out alive. I'd be willing to say I will never cover Thrones again if both make it out alive. And my money's definitely on Arya not making out alive. Make sure to let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys soon.
I'm here to set you free.
There are no paths between lions and men.
You may just be my new best friend.
Very old friend.
I wouldn't say friends.
Let us pledge that the winner will allow